Okay, folks, we are back to part two of welcome video. I just didn't think of how much information I was going to have to provide to you. So this is indeed part two, and it's equally important. So please watch through all of this. So as I left off in part one, rather abruptly, I'm sorry for that, we were just getting into how the course contents are arranged. So let's go through that yet again. So the bottom line is that the meat of the course is housed in that menu item called course contents, which is right over here. And that's where you got to this welcome learning module, and that's where you got to these videos. So let's go back out to course contents, and you can see the rest of the learning modules and the folders that are housed here. Okay, so the first thing is the welcome module, and you saw all the information on that and what you needed to do and all that kind of jazz. So you've conquered that one, and I think you've probably also conquered this one because this was part of what I asked you to do. And this is the housekeeping module, and if you click on it, and they all work the same way. Once you see that icon that says that it's a module, that will get you into a table of contents, and then you can see what the contents are. And they're listed obviously in the table of contents. And then you can just go over and you can see what documents are in there, what documents you need to download. There will also be assignment drops in there. There might be PowerPoints or videos, etc. So this is the housekeeping module, and this is where, as I told you, you should have downloaded and at least read through the ABCD documents here. Yes, I will have them for you in hard copy in class, but this is also where you can get to them if in fact you ever lose them and want to refer to them. And it's really great information. Okay, the first one, as I said, is the course outline. That's really pretty much the English department template. And then handout B is the week by week syllabus. Handout C is the semester at a glance. So you can just have a calendar that shows you, the major events, when the major assignments are due, when units might be beginning, the couple of days that I have chosen to be Zoom days, etc., etc. Then the next module, then you're getting into the guts of the course, as in the 5 units that will comprise the course. So unit 1 is going to be cognition and identity, and all the units are pretty much set up the same way, in that on the first page, what you're going to have is number 1, the dates for that particular unit. They're usually 3-week increments. Then you will have below that the brief Bedford Reader textbook reading that goes along with that unit, and I will explain to you in announcements and in class what particular pages you need to read by what date, but this is a good way to just keep track of your reading. Then I list an overview and the objectives for the unit, maybe the genres that you're going to cover, the modes of organization that you'll be utilizing, and then it lists the specific assignments, and it lists how the assignments are to be given to me and what the due dates are for right now. And remember, I said in part 1, due dates do tend to change. So again, just like you did for welcome and just like you did for the housekeeping, if you click on this module, you will get to a table of contents, and that'll be everything that you need for unit 1. Okay, and here's something I wanted to point out to you. You are going to be giving me your assignments in 4 different ways. You're going to be giving them to me in 3 ways through Blackboard. And number 1 way is as a discussion post, and I pointed out that menu item to you. Number 2 is as a journal entry, and that also is a separate menu item. And number 3 is an assignment drop right in the unit, and that's what this refers to. This little open book icon is an assignment drop. So whenever I'm asking you, please send in your assignment via assignment drop in the unit, you're going to scroll down and you're going to find that icon, and then you're going to click it on. And that's the way you would drop the assignment. And there's a little bit of further information. Hey, reminder, make sure your assignment says this, make sure the file is labeled this way, here are the points possible, etc. And then you just browse your computer, pull up your document, and drop it here. So that's how you're going to be giving me a lot of the major assignments. And the reason I do that is we're going to trade off between you giving them to me as assignment drops in Blackboard, and sometimes you'll be giving them to me, like I said, the old-fashioned way in class as hard copy. So we'll be doing a little bit of each. Okay, so that would be what you would find in any unit. And I'm just scrolling through Unit 1. But it's the same deal for Unit 2. Okay, which is titled Conversations/Book Club. And the same thing holds true. The dates for the unit, what the unit will cover, what the objectives are supposed to be, the particular assignments, where they're supposed to be dropped, when the due date is, etc. Okay, and then, and of course, just like you did for Unit 1, if you click that on, you'll see I don't have everything in there yet, but I'll be building this up. So this will have it'll be a table of contents with, 5 or 6 items, just like the other unit had. Then Unit 3 is called, and keep scrolling, they're all in order. Unit 3 is called Community. And for Unit 3, I have an intro video that I want you to watch. And that's going to orient you to what the unit's all about. We won't get into that right now. We'll talk about it as we get closer. The dates that it will take place, the Brief Bedford Reader reading, all the assignments and how they're to be given to me, and the tentative dates for them. Then here we go with Unit 4, and this is the last major unit. I know I told you we have 5 units, but Unit 5 is really just sort of end of the semester things, and there's only 2 assignments attached to Unit 5. And quite frankly, I haven't dropped it in here yet, so I can't really show it to you. But that's the deal. And after Unit 5, which as I said, I haven't dropped, but I will, then you have certain folders, okay? And the folders are just auxiliary material, if you will. There is a folder for PowerPoints. There's a folder for Brief Bedford Reader chapters on the off chance that you might not have your book with you. Most of the major reading I have dropped in here as PDFs, so you never can give me the excuse, oh, my book is, with my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my mother, my father, whatever. I have the chapters in there for you. Then I have several quizzes and tests. Some quizzes and tests you will be taking online through the Blackboard site. Then I have some basic resources, some worksheets, some handouts, and that kind of thing. Okay? And as I said, Unit 5 is not yet in here, so I can't really show it to you, but it'll look very much the same as all these others. Now I'm going to go back into discussions, and this will not be up to date because what I'm going to be showing you is just discussions from an earlier class, but this is what discussions look like. Okay, it'll have the forum, and that's really the title of the discussion, and then it'll have the assignment that it attaches to, and then if you click on the forum and then you click it on, you'll be able to get my instructions for that particular discussion post. And we'll go through this in class, okay? I don't want to confuse you or overwhelm you at this point in time, but it'll become clear to you, trust me. Let's see. I mentioned the OWL Writing Center in my first video, but here it is. And that's why I have it as a menu item so you can get right into it. You don't even have to go back out or remember the URL or anything like that. So it's right here for you. And as I said, it's everything under the sun that you could possibly want or use in order to really improve your skills, refresh your memory, get some more practice on something that you might not be familiar with, etc. Okay? And I also talked about those library websites. And this is what happens if you get in here. Okay. So this is the website that's devoted specifically to our courses. And you can see that there's, there's tabs on how to develop a topic. There's tabs on how to find sources. There's tabs on workshops. There's even tabs on some quizzes, and I might have you do a quiz just to orient yourself to what the Media Center has to offer you and that sort of thing. Okay, so that is that. Let's go back out and we'll go back to where we started. Okay, and here we are again at the home page. Okay. Oh, and I might want to just mention to you, remember when we talked Zoom, this is the direct Zoom link. So if I say to you all, we're going to meet through Zoom on Thursday, we're not going to meet face to face. You don't have to come to campus. You can roll out of bed and, have class in your PJs. And so you can click right on that, and that will get you into our classroom Zoom without needing any ID or any of that nonsense. All right. So a couple of things that are not part of Blackboard, there aren't too many, but a couple of things to mention to you are number one, think about taking a look at life at MyMC every once in a while. It tells you what's going on. There are speakers that might be interesting to you, lectures, musical performances, theater, that kind of thing. So it'll get you going on trying to integrate yourself into Montgomery College beyond just the classes that you're taking. So take advantage of that, okay? And then there are also things in here like, oh, gee, what's the date for this, that, or the other? So there's an academic calendar in there. And I'll try to download that as a PDF and put it somewhere in Blackboard. But if you wanted it, you could get it right then and there. When's Thanksgiving? What are finals weeks? That kind of thing. Okay. So take advantage not only of Blackboard, but of Montgomery College's own resources that you can use to your advantage. Okay. Counseling advising. If you need to talk to a counselor, you can click on that and just go right into a program that'll get you an appointment. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to stop. I don't think you need to hear from any much more from me. You see my camera is working, so you have a little bit of an idea of what I look like, but we will meet face to face on Tuesday the 31st. Just make absolutely sure that you do those tasks that I asked of you, and we'll just take it from there. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. I have enjoyed some features of structured remote. That's why I'm going to keep in some Zoom classes. But for the most part, I really do prefer meeting you guys face to face, expressions, body language, just being able to see each other in the flesh rather than just virtually. I think it'll be nice. So I'm looking forward to it. If you have any particular questions, folks, please email me. But remember, do it through the Blackboard course site, Course Mail. Okay, that's it. Come to class having done all those tasks that I asked you to do, and also have some questions for me. Looking forward to meeting you all on Tuesday the 31st. Bye-bye.